Me to show up and show out here on Hapland. I have also connected. I took the time to connect to my YouTube channel at I Am Tailored for You One, and I also connected to my Facebook business page. So I will check later to see how all of that tracks, and hopefully, this is live streaming on those particular platforms as well. So I tried to connect my Twitch, but apparently because I don't use Twitch very often, I forgot my password. So after I reset that, I will do that as well. But this is great to stream from one location and be able, except for Instagram, I'm gonna have to do a separate live stream today on the gram because the gram is not an option to connect your Haps account to. Maybe perhaps Haps will do that at a later time. But I wanted to talk about today passion, problems, and profitability. And, I really think that's the key um, for service based entrepreneurs. But also, I think it's applicable to employees as well. And it's really, I took a course called Pinpoint Your Purpose. And uh, please forgive me, the name of the wonderful woman, an entrepreneur who facilitates that course is not Trisha Dempsey is her name. It just came to me. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Trisha Dempsey. And it's a wonderful course to kind of just explore your story and explore who you are, and really, as I like to say, extract your excellence. And so it was wonderful. Pinpointing your purpose. And I took a purpose course early 2020 that was also very good in helping a person to explore their interest, and I always say we all have like a, a line, a list rather of interests, but then it's taking those interests and really pulling out what you're really passionate about. Because I do believe there is a distinct difference between our interests and our passions. I think our passions ignite and excite us. Our interests just kind of pique our curiosity. Like, oh, hmm, that's intriguing. That's fascinating. I have gobs of things that I'm interested in. They're great topics, they're great things. But when it comes to things that I'm really passionate about, that's a smaller list. A lot smaller list actually. And so I think that's one thing that we have to distinguish. And the reason that it's so important to do that is because then you can direct your energy in the right place. We all have strengths and we all have challenges. We all have things that we're great at and we all have things that we're not so great at. And we have things that we just plain suck at, right? It's the truth. Welcome to the human experience. And so it's really important to, I think, to pinpoint your passions. What are you your passion to me is an intersection of um what you're really good at, and and where then it leads to the problem. Where how can you take what you're really good at and show up and show out in service? Show up and show out in service to other people. So whether that is as an employee for a particular organization, doing a particular position, okay, or it is as an entrepreneur. So it's taking that look. When I comb over nearly 30 years of work experience now, I cannot believe that I'm at almost the 30-year anniversary of being a working professional. That is insane. And there's been actually when I comb through, there's only been maybe in that time, I think 5 full-time positions. Yes, 5. But there have been 26. No. So then it would be about 20 part-time positions. in that time. And when I did the excavation and kind of listed, I said, oh my God, sister friend, you have had some jobs because I am a person who's gonna put it down, make it happen. And so through college there were part-time jobs. Before college there were part-time jobs. You know, in my adult life there were seasons where I had two jobs, sometimes three jobs at a time, and most of them in some type of food service or retail, or mainly retail, all types of retail, bookstores, bookstores, department stores, grocery stores. I mean, I have done it, honey. And in retail, I mean, just anything and everything under the sun. So, one of my strengths is that of customer service, which makes perfect sense to me, that I would be passionate about it, that I'm good at it, and that I'm also passionate about it because I am number one, a people person. So that's what I have the most experience in. And as an entrepreneur, training on customer service is one of my favorite topics. And let me tell you, where passion really shines, the participants, whenever I'm speaking as a speaker or training, facilitating some type of workshop or seminar on customer service, the participants feel the passion because customer service ignites and excites me. All right. There are other things that I have work experience in or education in that don't don't do anything for me. You know, so it's finding that intersection of, what you are great at doing and your passions, and then what do people have a need for? What do people have a need for? There is definitely always room to improve customer service, whether it be in retail or it be in food service or it be in within school districts. I mean, I'm just thinking about all the college admissions, all customer service, the communication and the connection, library services. I mean, the breadth and the depth of the industries that I've worked in is it's phenomenal. So that's what I wanted to connect and convey to you, the listener, today, is to encourage you to take a moment to extract your excellence. So let's take a look at your education. Let's take a look at your experience. Let's take a look and then your expertise, which you are passionate about, which you have great, education, formal or informal. And what I mean when I say education, formal, informal, some of you may have gone to a college or went through an organization's program to get a certification, or maybe you took another program and got a certificate of completion. So you've invested in that. Or now the certificate of completion is probably more in your informal education. Okay, when you get a certification, there has been some assessment that you know and understand to a certain level. Okay, when you get a certificate of completion, it means you went through a course of study, but no one checked at the end really to make sure that you had clear mastery or understanding of it. Okay. Also, books, webinars, podcasts, blogs that you've read. So that's what I'm talking about with formal and informal education. Hopefully, you have a little bit of both, you know, or just it doesn't really matter, just as long as you have that knowledge and that know how. Then I talk about your experience in with that education, formal or informal, your experience in applying that and meeting with success. All right. So that's the thing. We can get um degrees and certifications and read books and listen to podcasts and so on and so forth. And if we don't take that knowledge and know-how that we've acquired and then apply it, it's just the education by itself. What makes the triple threat is to have the education, the experience, the application of the education, and then hopefully from there, um, after a certain period of time, an expertise. Like, I know that I know this and I know how to do it. I know what to do. I know how to do it. Okay, so when you have all of that come together and just conjole together, that is a triple threat. And it's great to assess and pinpoint all of that, because then you're going to be able to say, now how can I take my education, my experience, and my expertise and make it work for me in a career or in a business. So I'll give you one thing that I would say I have mastery of. It's now more so in the area of I would say personal hobby, something I do for enjoyment, which is musical performance, vocal performance of the voice, getting in front of a group with a band, with a track, with a choir, with whatever type of environment. Vocal performance is something I've been doing since I was 13 years of age. Okay. 1988 to now. So that I have mastery over. How you should hold the mic, how you should walk the stage, different tips for how to engage the audience, how to deliver, how to connect with the song, how to deliver the song. Mastery. Okay. Know it like the back of my hand. All right. I'll tell you something else that I have experience in, but that I don't have mastery over. I spent um, about probably about a year and a half, 2 years, working as a child care, early childhood teacher, um, or not no would be. I think it depends on the environment. This was at a preschool, at kindergarten. So I was a preschool caregiver, teacher, what have you. And so, even though I did that and I enjoyed it and I did it well, got nominated by my peers as team member of the year. My first 6 months there was crazy. I was very honored for that. But again, and then I have to think about, so what was that though about, Cherise? It was about my customer service, my internal customer service to my peers. And so I always tell people to do that excavation of your um, your career, your jobs, your work. Even though I can't say I have mastery of being a daycare or preschool teacher, um, because it was just for a short amount of time. I can look to that recognition and say, "Wow, what does that say about Cherise? How Cherise shows up at work for her teams, for her to be not only nominated but awarded team member of the year by her peers, amongst people that have been there way longer than her." This was I'll never forget it, because I was like, when the head of the school came and told me I was team member of the year, I said, "Me? I've only been here 6 months." And it was a peer nominated award. I would cover people's shifts. I would help, if they had too many in the room. I was just helping as much as I was tired. I remember being tired of those kids will wear you out, honey. So I had compassion for the teachers. I was like, I'll help you the best I can. Bringing in toys, old toys that my brothers and I had I made this magic box of toys, and just using my imagination and creativity to come up with things. And so I'll never forget that nomination and receiving that award, because, and I think I got like a t-shirt that said team member of the year, something like that, if I'm not, but we had like a little banquet, and it was wonderful, and it speaks back to my passion of customer service, and that's been threaded throughout whatever industry I've been in. That's the thing that I shine in and do really well. Then you look at 10 years of training, of doing classroom based training and one on one tutoring, if you will, coaching with patrons at my former job at St. Louis County Library. So it's taking a look, you guys, just to circle back around, wrap this up and put a bow on top of it. It's taking some time to assess your work, your body of work, the things that you've done. And you know what? For those of you that are high school age, college age, you're just beginning a career, again, pulling out what you're great at, what you get complimented on all the time. My communication skills, my pleasant disposition, my optimistic um, attitude, all of those things. But that's not, from my first position to the position I have now, that has been something that has always been celebrated by my peers or my managers, by customers, so on and so forth. I can't tell you the amount of time. So, how do I do that? Part of it is God given, just my disposition and my personality, that I'm a pretty even keeled, patient, and kind and compassionate person. Just what God downloaded. But then also having tactics and tips and ways that I utilize. So that is an expertise then. And again, when you extract all of that out, how do you do it? How would someone who's new to a customer service position, how would they position themselves to be successful in interacting with the customers? Okay. And so it's very important that we do this, that we get in touch with our own greatness, because everyone is great at something. And most of the time, it's a couple of somethings. It might be a few somethings, but really pinpointing that, because, and I think, my passion over these past few months has been to really help people with confidence, having that self assurance and that belief. And this will help you when you pinpoint what you're great at, where you really show up and shine, and it's second nature for you. That is going to open up so many doors for you. So many doors. Do I see somebody? I'm sorry, you guys. I don't have my glasses on. Hey, Derek Jones. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't, I'm just talking away. And Paris, hi. I didn't know you guys were here. I'm just giving it my all, honey, giving it my all. Like I said, whether there's one or 100, you show up, you show out, and you serve. So, hello. Hi. So it's very important that we do this, that each individual do this, because again, whether you're talking about, you know, being a coach, a consultant, a trainer, so on and so forth, or you want to cultivate your career within an organization as an employee, it's so important to understand where you shine. So it's it's pinpointing your passion, and then saying, where does the marketplace specifically have a problem, um, where my expertise, my passion could come into play, and and then the profitability will come. The profitability will come. So and we want to, once we pinpoint our passions, we want to be cultivating that. We want to be constantly expanding our breadth and our depth of knowledge and know-how in that particular arena. right? So you become the go-to expert, and you show up and you talk about it as much as you can, and you promote your expertise, you market your expertise, and let people know that you have this knowledge and know-how and that you're willing to share for a small investment. I saw a post today on LinkedIn where a woman was, in fact, I would like to take a moment to read it to you because it was so, I really loved it. It was on LinkedIn. Give me just a moment to go to my account, and I will share this with you because I thought it was absolutely excellent. So I'll go to my activity. Yes, this was from Heather Monahan, top 40 female keynote speakers of 2020, author of Confident. Oh, I didn't know that. Author, confidence creator. Um, top 100 business podcasting, creating confidence. Oh, this is my girl. Okay, well, I need to. Oh, I know her. I think I know her. I think, is she the funny lady that I follow? She might be the funny lady. She looks like her. So this got a lot of reaction too. And she says the following. She said, I get asked a lot to speak for free. Here's the thing, I wouldn't ask you for a service for free, so I'm not sure why you think I would devalue the service I provide. When I speak for 60 minutes, I'm distilling 25 years of business expertise into a high impact event that leaves the audience wanting more. My value is in the 25 years of business experience and expertise, not just the show I put on while I'm there. You want something for free? My ebook is free. My podcast is free. My clubhouse events are all free. You want me to consult your company, coach you individually, or deliver a keynote presentation? Happy to do it. And yes, they all have a cost, an investment, I like to say. And no, I don't diminish my value, and I suggest you don't either. I'm pretty sure Gary Vaynerchuk doesn't apologize for his keynote fees. I'm not apologizing either. Who's with me? And again, this is from Heather Monahan, and it's gotten quite a bit of traction here. So yeah, so we have to understand, for the things that we're passionate about, that we have the education and expertise in, there is value in that. And so that goes with being paid, compensated, properly on your jobs too. So yeah. And it's you knowing your worth. You have to be, that's why I'm so passionate about confidence, having that assurance of self, of your abilities, all right, of your abilities right here and right now, that you have great value, and that you're able to make a very significant contribution, that is significant. I always tell people, understanding and be great. We're not trying to hype ourselves up, um, and the hype is not due us. 26 jobs, five of which have been full time. This is since 1992. So as I said, nearly 30 years of work experience, and in various fields, and all of that has had to do with um, good customer service, whether it be to my coworkers and colleagues, and or my customers. And the library, we call them patrons. I have that down. I've seen it all and dealt with it all. But then also, when it comes to self confidence and self awareness, um, self love, self leadership, all of that, I got it down. And so when you want me to come and connect and talk to your team, your audience, yes, there must be an investment. And as I said in reply to her comment, um, I am always eager to share, and I understand some organizations see my brilliance online and they're like, oh, we should have her, be a part of our organization or come speak to this or speak to that. And I will choose to say yes. And usually they have kind of a love offering of sorts to give for the investment of my time and talent. But I don't take a lot of those because um, I can't. you know, my time and my expertise are of great value, and I know that. And so if you want me to show up, show out, shine, and serve and support your audience, your attendees, there must be an investment on your part. And if you're not prepared to make that investment, we can maybe talk about a few other things, other possibilities. We won't get deep into that right now, but um, I can't hop around and speak for free to everyone. That is just not a good idea. Um, um, I won't get deep into all of that, but just circling back to our main point is pinpointing your passion, pinpointing a problem in the marketplace, in the business world, however you want to call that, and then seeing how your expertise can meet that problem, your expertise and your passion can meet that problem, and there can be profitability. All right, whether it's in your business or in your career. My friends, I believe that blessed you and touched you and helped you, gave you some food for thought and some cause for action. Okay, so I am believing that. I will leave you for today, and join me again next Wednesday for Hump Day Haps. Join me. I would love to. I see something here. Hi, yes, yes, you should be paid for your time. Time is money. Yes, yes, yes. You got to, you guys. I mean, we all love to contribute, and and this was something I struggled with, especially as I was transitioning out of the library. It's not sure. Oh, it feels so bad for people. Well, and I have a lot of compassion for people who want my coaching, one-on-one coaching, or want to hire me in to speak or do some type of workshop. Um, and they're like, oh, I can't afford it. And a lot of times, speakers, coaches, consultants, and the like think they need to come down they need to cut their prices so that they're more affordable. Um, you guys, that's just not a good idea. I don't know what else to tell you. um, Rolls Royce, BMW, Mercedes, honey, they're not when you go on the lot to buy those cars, you need to be prepared to buy those cars. You're not going to get a Mercedes at a Toyota price. It just doesn't happen. So, um, it just, so what do we do? Those of us that may aspire to get a Mercedes, we have to reposition ourselves to get a Mercedes, right? Because the Mercedes is not coming down to the Honda price. In order to get that, you've got to reposition yourself. So that's the same story I tell people. It's like, for my one-on-one individual coaching, if it's not an investment you can make now, I have live streams, I have podcasts, I have posts, I have blog posts, all of those things. You can connect and glean from my wisdom from those resources. But one on one is this, speaking is this, consulting is this. And that is just the way it is. So we cannot cut down our value so that we're more affordable. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. So, but essentially, again, I just want to close with um, pinpoint your passion, pinpoint a problem in the marketplace, and that's going to lead to profitability, especially as you continue to cultivate things that you're great at and you become even better, even stronger in those areas. It's going to improve your marketability, and I promise you, people will take notice. They will take notice. So, until next Wednesday's Hump Day Hap, I will see you on all the major networks. Please connect with me. Find me on Facebook, find me on YouTube. Subscribe, honey, to that channel. I want to see you there. I want to have the opportunity to pour into you. Find me on Instagram so that you can be a part of the Tailored for Success community. Until we meet again, kind souls, remember this: your best is yet to come. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.